A demo version of the 16-bit Resident Evil, a long-term fan project, has become available. Few people will argue that the release of the first Resident Evil was a turning point in the history of world gaming, although the foundations of the survival horror genre were laid even before it by such projects as Alone in the Dark and Ecstatica. Now it is quite difficult to imagine the situation that developed in the console market in 1995. In the battle of two heavyweights, Nintendo, which released one hit for the Nintendo 64 after another, and Sega, which tried to cope with all sorts of sores of the Sega Saturn, a third player intervened, which no one had previously considered a player. However, the release of Resident Evil with its slightly ridiculous dialogues, but tooth-crushing atmosphere and gameplay confused the majors all the cards. In total, over 5 million copies of Resident Evil were sold in different regions of the world, which at that time was truly unheard of. Yes, where is there? Resident Evil remained the best-selling game in the history of the first curling iron, and for all time it released over 4,000 games. True, Resident Evil also had a Sega Saturn version, but in many aspects it was inferior to the original, although it also had a number of unique innovations. Although it was released only a year after the release of Resident Evil on the PlayStation, when the newfound fans of the survival horror genre not only managed to get the right console, but also looked forward to the release of the second part of the game. In general, the owners of Saturn were pleased with this release, but the sad fate of the console did not make it any easier. There were, however, those who remain loyal to the good old Sega Mega Drive, which is known overseas as Genesis. But they, as it is not difficult to guess, did not wait for their version of Resident Evil. However, fans decided to correct this omission, and in 2017 they started developing a 6-bit version of the game. The Western retro community follows this project quite closely, so I was very surprised to find that the project is being developed by a team of developers from CIS countries who live on the PSCD website. For a long time, it was believed that the project died, but on the eve of the new year 2023, the team decided to make a gift to its fans by posting an old demo version of the game in open access. In addition, she confirmed that work on the project continues, but at the moment they are significantly complicated by the lack of a good artist. In response to the generous gift, I would like to wish the guys perseverance, because personal experience with the game development process suggests that, like any creative process, it can be quite painful. Obviously, in order for the talent to meet the well-deserved fame, the guys need to find partners overseas, from those who already have experience in releasing games for Sega Genesis on physical media. Because the project is worth it.